this ingredient that mimics estrogen, and it disrupts your hormones. So you get the hormonal breakouts, you get the irritation in the skin. On top of the parabens, if you already have that in your list of ingredients, they probably have other synthetic preservatives. Hi, welcome back to Vital Skin Essentials. I'm Lorena.
And I'm Emma, and we created this channel to educate people on skincare, everything skin related. And I hope that you enjoy it.
And today's video, we are going to be discussing certain ingredients to avoid in your skincare that could potentially be harming or affecting your skin. So, Emma, if you want to bring up a few, or what are some ingredients that you think can be harmful to your skin?
Yes, so I picked out some specific ones, and when I think about potentially harmful ingredients, we talked about this earlier, like the dose makes the poison. Some ingredients are necessary, especially preservatives. They're preserving the product, but some are worse than others, and it is at least information to know, and then you can make an informed decision. And you can see, what the concentration is in that product. So I always think, does it fall under neurotoxicity? Does it fall under potentially carcinogenic? Is it just a filler product that's like not really
hormone disruptor?
Yeah, hormone disruptor. Is it a filler that's not doing much, but it's not really causing harm? Is it just a kind of a cheap product that's added that doesn't add anything to the product, like scent and dyes would be one of that would fall under that category. So the first one I want to talk about is it's MIT for short, and I wrote it out phonetically because I cannot pronounce it. It's methyl isophythozolinone.
I'm very proud of you for trying.
That's my best attempt.
MIT.
MIT. So this is it's a synthetic preservative. And it showed in rat studies to have neurotoxic effects. So that doesn't mean that it didn't show it in human studies. I don't think there was any human studies conducted.
Of course.
So, this is one to just be cautious about. And looking at Europe standards is always a good way. So in Europe, they have a limit of 15 parts per million is the highest amount you can have in a product, and that's in a wash-off product.
Right.
So in the US, I believe it's 100 parts per million, and I think that's in wash-off and leave-on products. I think the leave-on products, it has to do with if it doesn't have a astringent effect, I think it's okay. There must be something to do with it. Yeah, but anyways, that's I would say to be safe, because I do trust Europe standards, to not go over 15 parts per million, and if it's there or underneath, to not worry about it, especially if it's a wash-off product.
Right. Low dosage. We're not saying go and throw away all of your skincare products if it does have it. It's just something to be aware of.
Yeah, especially if it's something you use twice a day. If it's something that you use once in a while, no big deal probably. But if it's something you use all the time and it has a high dose of that preservative, especially if you maybe, I don't know, are a little bit more sensitive.
Right.
If you feel like you can't take any more neurotoxicity.
Yeah, pick your poison at this point, because we all know, even the food has preservatives, pesticides, things like that. So it's just kind of find your balance.
Yeah, it's all we're just trying to keep it from being our bodies from being too bombarded.
So one of the ones that I chose were parabens, and so this is more of a synthetic, mimics estrogen. It's in a lot of commercial grade products, and it's something to watch out for, especially if you already have a hormonal imbalance. You have this ingredient that mimics estrogen, and it disrupts your hormones. So you get the hormonal breakouts, you get the irritation in the skin. On top of the parabens, if you already have that in your list of ingredients, they probably have other synthetic preservatives. You have things like formaldehyde, perfume or fragrance in the product, and a lot of the times when all of this is mixed in together, you get one big irritation, and then you don't know what's happening, and you think it's again, it could be a hormonal issue, but on top of that issue, it's breaking out your skin, it's showing up in the skin. And that's something that you really need to take a look at if you incorporated a new product in your regimen, if it is a cleanser, an moisturizer, or a serum, something that has these ingredients. I also do recommend, there is a app.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen those?
Oh,
The
is it
scanners?
like Think Dirty or something like that? Or there's one that's like,
I forget which one is All In. I think it's called the one
okay,
that I found. You can also scan the barcode on these products, and it tells you the ingredients, the
so helpful.
potentially harmful ingredients. But I take it with a grain of salt, is what we're saying,
Mm-hmm.
because some of these products do have some. It tells you whether it's low, moderate, or high.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, it's not high.
Yeah.
Moderately low is okay. I wouldn't say it's the best, but there are some that are really great quality.
Yes.
I was playing around with it, and the Biologique Lait Dermal S,
Uh-huh.
that one is like 99 out of 100. It's amazing. The Mascovant is 99 out of 100. So
Yeah.
things like that you can guide yourself with.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not saying throw away your products, just saying what could potentially be causing these hormonal breakouts here, back, things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
staying away from parabens, ingredients that have formaldehyde, things like that can disrupt your hormonal balance.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so you talking about those biologic products made me think of, so we all know, or a lot of us know, that P501970 has been discontinued because phenol is no longer an ingredient that we're allowed to use in cosmetics. But that's a good example of something that I loved, and in the low dose that was in the P501970 for skin that could handle it, I think it was great.
Yeah,
But in high doses, it did
it
have
could be.
some toxic effects, especially if
Mm-hmm.
ingested. I mean, no one was drinking P501970,
Hopefully.
but maybe someone did.
Hopefully not.
And for every rule and regulation, there's usually an interesting story.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so that just made me think of that. But okay, so my next one that I want to talk about is phthalates.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps, it's in a lot of fragrance products, helps the fragrance last a bit longer. It also is kind of like an emulsifier, and it's also an endocrine disruptor. So it's again in a lot of products. It probably is not too harmful, if as long as it's not on the top of the ingredients list.
Mm-hmm.
The further it is to the top, the more of it is in the product. And you also just want to, if you're pregnant or if you're using it on a child, then yeah, you probably want to avoid it. Or if you have a history of cancer in your family, or you personally dealt with cancer yourself, it's not worth it. But
Yeah.
yeah, so just proceed with caution
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to phthalates.
Yeah. Another thing that reminded me that I wasn't going to bring up benzoyl peroxide, but
Mm-hmm.
because you mentioned phenol, um, I like benzoyl peroxide. I like using it on my acne clients only. I do have it
Yeah.
as a body wash sometimes where I've been hiking or just running outdoors, things like that. And I don't want it to cause back acne.
Yeah, it does work.
It works. The only reason I would say people would think it's a bad ingredient is because it can be pretty drying and pretty irritating on the skin, especially if you're using it every day. You're not supposed to use it every day, which is why I say seek professional help from an esthetician. They can recommend how many times a week or so to use.
Mm-hmm.
Especially it's more for, I would say, more cystic acne than anything, when it's just nothing else that you can do besides going on medication. I
Yeah.
would start there before going on medication first. So personally, I like that ingredient on specific people
Mm-hmm.
for specific skin types, but not necessarily for
Yeah.
someone who doesn't suffer from acne, because you don't want to strip your skin. That's one of the things. There's also,
Yeah.
imagine you're already stripping your skin barrier, and then you're putting on these other ingredients that can be potentially harmful to your skin, and then you start stripping it even more, and you're introducing more things that are harmful or potentially can be harmful into
Mm-hmm.
the skin, and then now you have redness, and you think you have rosacea, and you think that you have
Yes.
really sensitive skin, but you don't.
Yeah,
So
that happens all the
mm-hmm.
time. And like you said, we just need to like play it by ear and see what's best for us, because not using it and then you end up going possibly on use of like a medication like Accutane, and the side effects from Accutane were probably, or they are, much worse than the benzoyl peroxide. So
exactly. Now there are
yeah.
some products that I know, for example, like a certain serum that I have, and I scanned it, and it was moderately not good, I would say. But I didn't care because I love how I love how the results of this.
You're like, it
serum
makes me look younger.
Yeah,
so
I love the serum. I don't care. So it's really to your discretion. But we just want to make you aware of certain things. Again, this might be causing your skin irritation. You put on a certain product and it works for your friend, but then you put it on and it's irritating your eyes and you can't, stop scratching your eyes, or you're wondering what it is.
Yes.
Scan it, see what it might be. I think there's a free trial or something, or
I'll try to
Google.
include a link to a couple of apps.
Yeah, AI is big now, so
yes, just ask
AI if they have take a picture of
it. Gemini or
Gemini, Grok, or something. Chat GBT. I don't know. Whatever you. I heard someone say Chatiana. Where they ask like her like real advice and things like that. I think it's hilarious. But
that's funny.
Chatiana.
Chatiana.
Whoever you decide to use, take advantage of those resources and figure out, especially if you're going on a more holistic journey, then I would say start there. Find out those ingredients, figure out what they're for. Again, some preservatives, I get it. You need it. You want it to last you for a while, especially if you don't use it every day. For example, what am I thinking? Like
I mean, everything we use does.
I do use. Yeah.
I mean, unless it's like a coconut oil or like an oil compound, they all need preservatives unless they're being used like in 2 days.
Because imagine all of the samples that I have in my drawer, like they would have been done. Like I wouldn't be able to use them. I have so many. Like they're all should have been thrown out. And so I can appreciate a preservative. Again, I still eat fast food.
Yeah. Like I would probably like go for like, if there was one that's like potentially neurotoxic, I would probably go more towards one that's carcinogenic, and that's just me, my personal. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but like in my mind,
pick your poison.
Yeah, I don't have a history of cancer in my family, and I definitely don't need any maybe more toxicity in my brain.
If you eat McDonald's, I think you're fine. You won't have to worry about your skincare. It's just pick your poison. Don't go throwing away your products. Just pick your poison and understand what those ingredients are and how could they potentially be affecting your skin. And that's all it is.
Yes. So you want to mention? I have one that is a little bit different than what we normally talk about, because this is usually used in nail polish.
The mineral. No,
this is it's toluene.
I was gonna say the tool
or I have it again phonetically written out. Toluene or toluene. And it has a strong smell, so it's like what we smell when we walk into a nail salon. And this one, if you were pregnant, I would completely avoid this if possible, because this has actually been shown in humans as well, not just animal studies, to have a bad effect on the development of the fetus, and it also has a negative effect on the respiratory system.
Which is why when you go get your nails done, I don't think when you're pregnant, I don't think it's not allowed. Your doctor should tell you that
you can get your nails done occasionally, but if you work at a nail salon, they will tell you to.
Well, I would say even just being there and being with all the fumes of everything. You're there. Think about it. 2-3 hours, and you get manicure and pedicure, things like that. So
I know. I hardly ever got my nails done when I was pregnant, and I found this one place that kept their doors open when I did go, because it's
but still.
But like still, it was like even that hour I was there. I think I got my nails done like maybe once. I was like nervous because you can just you smell it and you know it's bad for you. You can just tell. It's like I
If
am
it's burning your
inhaling
nose.
toxic fumes, and then they soak your fingers in that like
The acetone.
acetone. I mean, you know, I like getting my nails done, but just again, if you're a
It's hard.
child or if you're pregnant, definitely avoid.
Exactly. I was going to mention even your like hair dyes. Like some of them have they have either like hair dye, shampoo, things like that. Even that when you're all of that comes running down your face. Think about, you know, whether you just, you know, get your hair done or whatever the case may be, but also shampoos, even I think some skincare even or skin wash has sulfates in it.
Oh,
You
yes.
know, the detergent that will strip the skin and cause irritation. And while you might be doing everything right in your skincare department, your shampoo, your conditioner, especially if you have psoriasis like me, you don't want something super harsh on your scalp because then that can be causing irritation. Unfortunately, that's something that I deal with. I have switched my shampoo, my conditioner, things like that.
Yeah.
However, I cannot control my hair salon, you know, products.
Yeah.
So I will still get a blowout. I don't think that she has. It might have formaldehyde in it. Now that I think about it, like the perm solution.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask her.
And sulfates kind of fall under that. What would you say, like that filler kind of category of?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it may or may not have it, just because I remember her saying that it's not that it may burn my eyes if I keep them open. If she has the blow dryer while she's doing like the front section of my hair, she's like, just keep your eyes closed. I'm like, well, why would it burn my eyes? Like, you know, like I'm thinking about it now, like why would she say that it would burn my eyes? But that's, you know, we don't think about things like that on the daily basis.
Is it a straightening solution or
it's a straightening solution?
Okay, so I do know that you cannot do any type of Brazilian blowout when you're pregnant.
Correct. That's probably why.
Yeah, probably why.
Yeah, it's not the best, but your hair looks amazing.
It's amazing.
Your hair looks amazing.
Worth it.
Possibly worth it. I need to schedule
if you're not pregnant.
I need to schedule it.
Yeah, like as I'm saying that, I'm like, oh, I need another Brazilian blowout.
Do you get one?
I've gotten them before.
Yeah, I need
because my hair is just puffy, fluffy.
It's just frizzy. My hair is frizzy.
I got one. The last time I got it was before we went to Belize because that was like all the humidity. It was like, there's no way I'm gonna make it. So,
see, if I'm at the beach, I like the frizz.
You must have different kind of frizz than I do.
Maybe. Maybe. One of the things I do want to talk about, hydroquinone. Yes. So I have used hydroquinone in the past. I'm a big PCA skincare peel lover. It works. That's I will say it works, but the moment you stop using it, it comes right back. That is the problem with that. However, I believe they took it off the market in some states.
I remember hearing something about that, and they like really control the percentage.
Yes, now they do. I don't think here in Texas yet, but it works best for melasma, I will say. But it can be harmful. It's a bleaching agent. So,
yes.
It's just one of the only things that I've seen that actually works on melasma super quick.
Yeah.
And even the tough melasma, the one that just stubborn.
And in cases like that, you might say, okay, I'm gonna be really clean with all my other products, but I can't find anything else that works like this. So for this, I'm going to use,
again, if you're eating fast food all the time and you don't care, right? But most likely, you know, you're watching this video because you care, you want to be educated. So in moderation, everything is fine in moderation, right?
Yes.
I would say that. Another potential irritant for a lot of people, not most people, can be retinols. But I wouldn't say it's an ingredient to avoid, but I would say it's an ingredient to avoid if it causes irritation to your skin. Some people think, I forget the name of the Netflix series where this girl, is like the ugly duckling of the friend group, and it's like a small short story series or
Huh.
something. She's the ugly duckling of the friend group, and like her friend, the pretty one, is her secret is using retinol, and she gets invited to this Christmas party, and the pretty girl, the pretty friend, gifts everybody a retinol bottle of what she uses. So everybody is trying it on, and their skin looks flawless and glowy and dewy and glass-like, right? And the ugly duckling friend tries it, and her face goes red and flamed. I think she's having an allergic reaction to the retinol,
Oh my
right?
gosh.
And she's just telling herself, no, this is the process. Just trust the process. This is at this
I
point,
just need to use more.
I just need to use more of it, right? Don't stop using more. Either lower your dosage or go and like maybe a few other days or like this day,
Yeah.
once a week, if once a week is max for you. But sometimes it's not for you, sometimes it's not for you. So just think about things again. If you just bought new product and you don't know what the product contains, look up the ingredients. Look up the ingredients beforehand. Do a little smart shopping, right? Look up
Mm-hmm.
the ingredients beforehand. If you have this very hypersensitive skin, think
Mm-hmm.
about that's something that you would probably want to invest in. Like I think the app is maybe like a few dollars a month or so,
Yeah.
the scanner app, or just Google it,
Yeah.
right? I would say, yeah, if it's causing redness and irritation, I would try a different alternative. I would say,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, there was just one more. So I wanted to mention one that is not harmful. It can kind of sometimes fall into the filler category,
Mm-hmm.
but mineral oil.
Oh yeah.
So kind of two parts to this. So mineral oil is sometimes I feel like demonized because it's a petroleum
Base.
based product. Um, and also petroleum jelly, obviously a petroleum based product, is sometimes demonized, which I feel like these products, while probably not good for all skin types, like they definitely mineral oil especially can clog your pores. So if you're prone to clogged pores, oily skin, obviously it's not a product for you. It's not actually hydrating, it's just an occlusive.
Mm-hmm.
um, but Vaseline especially, or petroleum jelly, is good for some people. Like if you have eczema,
Oh, I love it
it
for
can
eczema.
be a lifesaver. It just keeps your skin sealed and prevents chance of epidermal water loss. You can put something hydrating underneath and then
Lock
seal
it
it
in.
in,
Mm-hmm.
lock it in, and get better penetration that way. And it's very purified. So, in the US, especially if you get name brand like Vaseline, it's highly purified. You're not getting any of the toxic petroleum, what we think of when we think of
Or low dose.
petroleum. Yeah, like
Or low dose.
yeah, it's safe.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of dermatologists even will recommend it. It's very safe, as well as the mineral oil. It's very purified. It's safe, although probably not a desirable ingredient, but it is safe. It's more just kind of like a filler because it's cheap.
Would you say an alternative to the petroleum jelly or mineral oil
Mm-hmm.
would be more of like a beeswax
Um, Beeswax could
or like
be,
a shea butter? Like
I
a,
would say, a shea butter.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
something that has a little bit more benefits.
Like a regenerating benefit.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
two products, we've talked about this before, can have the same ingredients, and one's cheaper, it doesn't work as well, and it's just because it's the amount of the ingredients and the ratio. It's not just what's in it.
Right. Brings me to my next point. Did you have
Mm-hmm.
anything else to say? Go ahead.
Um, no, I mean, I think that was it. Just that I did when I was researching it. There was some other countries where they don't purify
Oof.
it as well. So some of
Yeah.
this might be videos or things that people have posted that don't live here, and so just be mindful if you're getting it from somewhere else. Like you want it to be just like with
Purified.
supplements, a
Yeah.
name brand, a big reputable name brand that does care about their name,
And they have good
and they
standards.
have good standards,
Practice good standards.
and yeah, one that you
Absolutely.
can trust.
Hmm.
Oh,
Actually, I think I'll save it for the next video. Yes. I can't think of anything else that I wanted to touch base on.
I guess just real quickly, just one thing obviously to avoid is like heavy metals. They
Oh,
can be in some.
you can find that everywhere.
Yeah, you can find
It's
it
the problem.
everywhere, and
Yeah.
they're in some products. So that's one thing that you know
Yeah. Oh, actually,
want to avoid.
I will say this then, in because you brought it up in how you can have similar products with different ingredients.
Yes.
This is where quality of the product or the brand comes into place. You have a lot of people that use commercial grade products, like, I'm not saying that these are bad products, but like ordinary, like just cheaper alternatives to other
Yes.
brands. You
Mhm.
have La Roche Posay, you have CeraVe, things like that. But something to keep in mind: yes, it's a cleanser. It's purifying, it's cleansing, things like that. However, the cost of the product is at that cost because they've had to find different cheaper alternatives to versus
Yes.
something using, instead of like a coconut oil based cleanser or a coconut derivative cleanser or something more higher quality of something else.
Mhm.
They opted out for the cheaper version of it so that they can sell it to you at a cheaper price, right? And
Yes.
so that's just something to think about. So that's why a lot of spas don't carry more commercial grade products. They carry very higher quality products or medical grade products where they didn't skimp out on the ingredients, and
Mhm.
you can see it in the results, of course, after your facial.
Yeah.
And again, if you wonder why you don't get the same results in a facial or things like that, it's not just the professional products, it's also at home care, the regimen that
Mhm.
you have from these higher quality ingredients gives you that benefit of skin. So
Yeah.
to your skin, I mean. So
Yeah.
just something to think about. Why is this cleanser six
Absolutely.
dollars? Well, they skimped out on a couple of things. Probably,
Yeah.
could be irritating your skin because it has all of these preservatives, and you buy the
Mhm.
big bulky bottles,
Yeah, you
and
get what
so
you pay for in
exactly.
most cases. So,
Unfortunately and unfortunately, it could be $6, but it's probably causing your skin some damage.
yeah.
Hmm.
I was just looking because I couldn't remember. It was like escaping me, but mercury is sometimes in lightening products, skin lightening
like skin bleaching. Hmm.
products. And so that's one that, again, just to be aware of, it might be okay in
Right.
low doses, but it
This
can
is
cause some neurotoxicity.
right. Where this is not medical advice.
Yes, we're not doctors. This is not medical advice. This
Mhm.
is strictly just some information.
Some
We
FYI.
we do use some products with preservatives and things. We just try to
Limit.
limit them and just try to use the ones that are a little bit less harmful.
Right.
So,
Exactly. Because as I always say, I spend a lot of money on organic foods, and then I just gonna go and
put a bunch of chemicals on my
put
face.
put a bunch of chemicals on my face. So again, balance, right? Balance it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, you
Hmm.
choose what's more important to you.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, thanks for listening and thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you.
We will see you again in the next video.
Bye.